So there's a lot of videos circulating these days about top CEOs and billionaires and millionaires and their advice. And you can tell pretty quick if you have some experience, whether the person knows what they're talking about or if they read it in a book or they watched it in a video. Here's a headline: top CEOs and successful business owners swear by these principles. Number one, it's not just about hard work, but smart habits. And number two, start your day with a purpose, meditate, exercise. It's about the intention. Read for 20 minutes or listen to a podcast. Well, if you can't read, I guess you're out of luck there. And if you're in a country where you can't listen to podcasts because you can't afford the devices, I guess it's messed up for you there. Set your daily goal that day. Actually, what you need to be doing is setting that probably days, weeks, months before the day that you get there. When I was in college, I read Ben Franklin's autobiography, and he would plan every day of the week before, and he would have everything planned out in 15-minute increments. Number four, send a message to someone in your network. And number five, they say, practice gratitude and write 3 things down that you're thankful for each day. Okay, that was actually pretty good. All right, I would agree with that. Writing down a few things that we're thankful for every day, I think that's great life practice. But the rest of the stuff, that's somebody that has no experience and they're just telling you stuff that they read or heard online. Now let's look at one that actually knew what they were talking about. Number one of the ways you don't get to where you want to go is lack of clear goals. That's great. That's great advice. When you write those goals down is your business. There's no rules to this. Number two, people let fear get in the way of accomplishing their goals. And that's true. A lot of times we're afraid of what our families or our friends or our neighbors are going to think. And the people that were successful, you're like, well, they didn't have any fear. That's not true. They had fear and they did it anyway. Their fear might have been different, but it's still fear. The next one, consistent effort and discipline are the key to personal growth. That's true. It's consistency, it's persistency, it's showing up and doing the work. There's no magical formula. You have to take care of your physical and mental health. Good. That's true. The challenge that I'm seeing is not that people aren't willing to show up and do the work. And I would even say most people aren't looking for a shortcut. They just don't know the questions to ask. When I was in grad school, I was introduced to questions I never even considered asking. But a lot of this business and entrepreneur advice that's floating around the internet can actually be summed up in what I'm about to tell you right now. The hardest part is actually finding people that are very successful in the business that you want to be in, and then being willing to share with you what they did step by step that got them there. You've got to find the right person, and then that right person has to be the right person to tell you how they did it. You reverse engineer what they did, and then you make those steps your own, and then you implement those steps. That's why it's so important to be mentored by people that have been there and done that. One of the biggest red flags I've seen on some of these TikTok and YouTube and Facebook and social media pages about business and entrepreneur advice is you never actually see the exact same person producing the content. It's drawings or it's animation or it's photos and videos with really nice music like a presentation. It's not the same person giving the advice the entire time based on their personal true life experiences like Cody Sanchez, Barbara Corcoran, Joe DeCina, Gary Vaynerchuk, Damon John, Lori Greiner. If you're going to get your information from online, make sure that it's personalities that are proven to be successful and not just some page that has really, really fancy marketing.